Morning dawned over Eternia and Etheria, with a rare sense of calm and wonder, as if the very air understood that this day was meant to be special. Across the royal palace, banners shimmered, lights glowed softly, and voices echoed with laughter as friends and family gathered for a celebration unlike any other. The twins' birthday coincided with the arrival of Christmas, and the combination filled everyone with excitement and warmth. Adora's friends had traveled from distant lands, eager to help decorate and share in the joy, while magical snowflakes drifted gently through the air, created by playful spells meant only to delight. Orko floated from one place to another, cheerfully attempting to assist but mostly causing harmless chaos, tangling ribbons, knocking over ornaments, and apologizing each time with an embarrassed giggle. He-Man and She-Ra watched the scene unfold with quiet smiles, appreciating a rare moment of peace where swords were lowered and worries set aside. Perfuma arranged fragrant flowers that filled the palace halls with soothing scents. Flutterina adjusted decorations higher along the walls, and Peekaboo carefully coordinated colors through her multivision to ensure everything looked perfect. Conversations overlapped, small jokes were exchanged, and the palace felt alive in a way that went beyond celebration, reflecting unity and shared happiness. During a brief pause, Adam mentioned Christmas, recalling it as a special holiday from Earth, one connected to family, togetherness, and fond childhood memories. Orko, hearing this for the first time, asked innocently what Christmas really was, opening the door to a deeper explanation. The idea that Christmas was not simply about presents, but about peace, kindness, and goodwill began to resonate among everyone present. Faces softened as the meaning settled in, and the celebration took on a richer tone, becoming more than decorations and laughter. Gentle music played in the background, underscoring the warmth of the moment, and drawing the audience fully into a world where friendship, hope, and joy felt unbreakable. At least for now. Amid the festive harmony, Man-at-Arms worked quietly in his laboratory, testing a newly developed Sky Spy device designed to monitor Skeletor's movements, a subtle reminder that danger never truly slept. Though the celebration continued uninterrupted, this small detail planted the first seed of tension beneath the joy. Orko, driven by curiosity and a desire to help, drifted closer to the device, fascinated by its blinking lights and unfamiliar controls, unaware of how important it might soon become. Elsewhere in the palace, He-Man and She-Ra shared a brief, heartfelt conversation, acknowledging how rare it was for everyone to be together without conflict, and how meaningful this day felt to them both. Outside, children laughed as they played in magically created snow, while inside, tables filled with sweets, gifts, and decorations awaited the evening celebration. The spirit of Christmas slowly found its way into every exchange, as some spoke of hope, others of generosity, and some simply enjoyed discovering a tradition new to their world. Orko joked about meeting Santa Claus one day, imagining a magical being who brought happiness to everyone, and his enthusiasm drew warm smiles from those around him. Although no villain appeared and no alarm sounded, a quiet sense of anticipation lingered, suggesting that such perfect peace could not last forever. The camera would linger on glowing lights, smiling faces, and the gentle motion of decorations swaying, reinforcing the feeling of safety while subtly hinting at change ahead. For now, everyone chose to remain present in the moment, embracing the rare gift of togetherness. Christmas and the twins' birthday blended into a single celebration of love, friendship, and unity, setting an emotional foundation for everything that was about to follow. In this way, Part 1 established the festive tone and heartfelt core of the story, preparing the audience for the adventure, challenges, and lessons that would soon emerge. Despite the warmth of the celebration, trouble begins quietly, and without warning, slipping into Eternia like a shadow that no one notices at first. In Man-at-Arms' laboratory, the Sky Spy hums softly as its systems come fully online, small lights flickering in steady patterns that suggest everything is working perfectly. Orko, eager to prove he can be helpful, floats closer and peers at the controls, marveling at the technology and wondering how something so small can see so much. As he reaches out, his sleeve brushes a switch, and in an instant, the device activates, engines roaring to life as the Sky Spy shoots upward through the launch bay and into the open sky. The sudden noise echoes through the palace, cutting through laughter and music, and everyone freezes as alarms begin to sound. He-Man and She-Ra rush toward the source, while Man-at-Arms stares in disbelief, realizing the Sky Spy has launched without a pilot and without proper guidance. Before anyone can react, the device disappears into the clouds, racing toward the horizon at incredible speed. Orko realizes what he has done, panic spreading across his face as guilt and fear take hold, and he blurts out apologies that tumble over each other in frantic confusion. The celebration atmosphere shatters instantly, replaced by urgency and concern, as the heroes understand that an uncontrolled device could easily fall into enemy hands. Far away in Snake Mountain, Skeletor notices the Sky Spy's signal appear on his monitors, its energy signature impossible to ignore. His laughter echoes through the dark halls as he recognizes an opportunity to gain valuable intelligence and possibly turn the device against his enemies. Without hesitation, he orders his minions to prepare for pursuit, launching his own craft into the sky with reckless determination. Back in Eternia, Adam transforms into He-Man, knowing there is no time to waste, and mounts Battle Cat to chase after the runaway Sky Spy. She-Ra follows closely behind on swift wind, her expression focused as she senses that this incident is only the beginning of something far more dangerous. The Sky Spy streaks across dimensions, its damaged navigation systems spiraling out of control, until it tears through space and crashes onto a snow-covered landscape unlike anything seen on Eternia. Smoke rises from the wreckage as the device skids to a halt, narrowly missing a small village nestled among icy hills. Nearby, two Earth children, Alicia and Miguel, witness the crash with wide eyes and trembling hands, unsure whether to run or investigate. Their curiosity overcomes their fear as they approach the strange object, unaware that their lives are about to become entangled in a conflict far greater than anything they have ever known. As the Sky Spy lies silent in the snow, the ripple effects of its crash spread rapidly across worlds, drawing attention from forces both heroic and evil. On Earth, Alicia and Miguel cautiously circle the strange craft, touching its smooth surface and whispering questions to each other, unaware that they are being watched from afar. Skeletor's pursuit is interrupted when the unstable device vanishes from his sensors, leaving him furious and suspicious that someone else may claim his prize. Determined not to lose control of the situation, he redirects his focus toward tracking the source of the crash, convinced that the children now near the Sky Spy could be used to his advantage. Meanwhile, back on Eternia, Man-at-Arms works frantically to trace the device's last known coordinates, his expression grim as he realizes it has crossed into another dimension entirely. Orko, overcome with guilt, admits that he may have accidentally stowed away inside the Sky Spy during the launch, hoping to fix his mistake before anyone noticed. The revelation sends a wave of shock through the group, as the celebration officially turns into a rescue mission. He-Man and She-Ra immediately commit to finding Orko, knowing that his magic and innocence make him especially vulnerable beyond Eternia. Their concern deepens when Man-at-Arms explains that the Sky Spy's power source is unstable and could fail at any moment, placing Orko in even greater danger. As preparations begin, the tone shifts fully from festive to urgent, with every character taking on a role to support the search. On Earth, Orko emerges from the damaged craft, dazed but unharmed, and meets Alicia and Miguel, whose kindness quickly puts him at ease. He tries to explain who he is, fumbling through words and magic tricks, while the children listen with amazement, accepting him without fear. Their simple compassion contrasts sharply with the looming threat, reinforcing the heart of the Christmas message even as danger grows closer. Skeletor finally locates the crash site, his arrival casting a long shadow over the snowy landscape as he observes the children and Orko from a distance. Though he intends to capture them, something unexpected causes him to hesitate, creating tension that hints at internal conflict. As night falls, the children invite Orko to shelter from the cold, sharing warmth and trust that confuse Skeletor's usual sense of cruelty. This moment marks the true escalation of the story, where multiple paths collide, heroes race against time, and villains begin to feel the first subtle effects of the very spirit they wish to destroy. Part 2 closes with uncertainty and rising stakes, firmly establishing the central conflict and pushing the adventure toward its inevitable confrontation. It also reinforces the contrast between innocence and corruption, setting emotional pressure on every character involved, while reminding the audience that even the smallest mistake can reshape destinies, friendships, and entire worlds when courage, responsibility, and compassion are tested under the weight of unforeseen consequences. Through this unfolding chaos, the once joyful celebration fades into memory, replaced by determination, fear, and hope, all moving together toward a future no one can yet predict. Every decision made now will define who they become before the story reaches its darkest hour at last moment. As the story moves deeper into its most intense phase, the adventure expands across worlds, forcing every character to confront danger, responsibility, and inner doubt. He-Man and She-Ra lead the search with unwavering determination, traveling through icy landscapes, ruined strongholds, and unfamiliar territory in their race to find Orko and protect the Earth Children. Along the way, they face relentless attacks from monstrous robots and dark creatures sent to delay them, each battle pushing their strength and resolve further. Swift wind weaves through the skies, narrowly avoiding blasts and debris, while Battlecat charges forward without hesitation, embodying the hero's refusal to surrender. Meanwhile, Orko struggles with fear and regret, believing that his mistake has placed everyone in danger. Despite this, Alicia and Miguel remain by his side, offering comfort and reassurance, reminding him that accidents do not define a person's worth. Their innocent belief in kindness becomes a powerful force, slowly influencing even those who stand against them. Skeletor, tasked with delivering the children to Horde Prime, finds himself repeatedly intervening to protect them from harsh terrain and deadly creatures, much to his own confusion and frustration. Each act of unintended kindness weakens his usual cruelty, though he angrily denies any change within himself. He insists that he is still evil, still feared, and still committed to his mission, yet his actions betray hesitation and growing conflict. The presence of the children, who thank him sincerely and speak of Christmas as a season of love and caring, unsettles him more than any enemy ever has. Their words linger in his mind, clashing with his lifelong devotion to power and domination. As He-Man and She-Ra draw closer, the battles intensify, with explosions echoing through frozen valleys and shadows twisting under artificial light. Even as the heroes gain ground, the threat feels overwhelming, emphasizing that victory will not come easily. This rising struggle forms the emotional and physical backbone of the story, where courage is tested repeatedly, and every choice carries lasting consequences. At the same time, She-Ra undertakes a critical mission to secure a rare crystal capable of powering a transport beam strong enough to bring Orko home. Venturing into ancient ruins guarded by a terrifying beast, she relies not only on strength, but on trust and teamwork, coordinating with allies to distract the creature while she retrieves the crystal. The battle is fierce and chaotic, stones shattering under heavy blows as the beast roars in fury. Yet She-Ra remains focused, understanding that success here could save countless lives. When she finally claims the crystal, it symbolizes hope amid chaos, a reminder that perseverance can carve light from darkness. Elsewhere, Orko witnesses Skeletor rescue a small animal from freezing conditions, an act that shocks him and the children alike. Though Skeletor angrily rejects their gratitude, the seed of compassion has already taken root, manifesting in moments he cannot control. As Horde Prime's influence grows nearer, tension peaks, drawing all storylines toward collision. He-Man confronts waves of enemies with relentless energy, while She-Ra returns just in time to assist, their reunion strengthening their resolve. The children, now fully aware of the danger around them, still cling to the ideals of Christmas, speaking of peace, sharing, and joy even in the face of fear. Their words challenge the villain's worldview, suggesting that true power lies not in domination but in empathy. Skeletor's internal struggle reaches its breaking point as he realizes that protecting the children feels strangely right, despite everything he believes. This realization terrifies him more than any hero ever could. Part 3 concludes with all forces converging, alliances strained, and emotions running high, setting the stage for the final confrontation. The adventure has transformed from a simple rescue into a test of identity, morality, and belief, proving that even in the darkest moments, the smallest expressions of kindness can alter the course of fate and challenge evil at its core, reshaping destinies forever. The final confrontation unfolds beneath a storm-filled sky, where flashing lights, roaring engines, and clashing forces collide in a moment that will decide the fate of multiple worlds. He-Man and She-Ra arrive just as Horde Prime attempts to escape with the children, their presence turning despair into renewed hope. A fierce battle erupts, with heroes and villains exchanging blows that shake the frozen ground beneath them. Swift Wind dives through enemy fire while Battle Cat charges forward, forcing Horde Prime's guards to retreat. Amid the chaos, Orko finds the courage to stand in the transport beam's light, focusing every ounce of his magic despite fear and doubt. The crystal begins to glow, energy surging as Man-at-Arms activates the beam from afar. Skeletor, caught between loyalty to evil and the strange warmth he feels inside, hesitates as the children plead for help. Their voices, filled with trust and belief, echo louder than any command Horde Prime has ever given. In a moment that surprises even himself, Skeletor turns against Horde Prime, disrupting his escape and allowing He-Man and She-Ra to gain the upper hand. The clash reaches its peak as Horde Prime is forced back through a collapsing portal, vowing revenge as he disappears into darkness. Silence follows, broken only by falling snow and the distant hum of fading energy. Orko vanishes in a flash of light, safely transported home at last, and the children are reunited with the heroes. The danger has passed, but its impact lingers in every exhausted breath and shared glance. Skeletor stands apart, shaken and confused, unable to understand why he chose to help, yet unable to regret it either. The heroes do not mock him or pursue him, instead allowing him to retreat in silence, leaving him alone with thoughts he has never faced before. The battle ends not with triumph alone, but with reflection, marking a turning point that proves even the darkest heart can be touched by unexpected light. With the conflict resolved, the story gently returns to warmth, celebration, and meaning, closing the journey where it began but forever changed. Eternia is once again filled with music, laughter, and glowing lights as the postponed celebration finally takes place. The twins' birthday and Christmas are combined into a joyful gathering that feels richer for everything endured. Orko, safe and smiling, recounts the adventure with dramatic flair, while the children prepare to return home, carrying memories they will cherish forever. Santa Claus appears in a moment of pure wonder, delivering gifts that spark delight, but more importantly, leaving behind a sense of magic and belief. As Alicia and Miguel say their goodbyes, they thank everyone for protecting them and teaching them that courage and kindness can exist, even in the face of fear. Back on Earth, their parents listen skeptically to the children's stories, yet small signs suggest that perhaps something extraordinary truly did happen. In Eternia, the celebration continues, as He-Man and She-Ra share a quiet moment, reflecting on the lessons learned. They recognize that strength alone did not save the day, but compassion, unity, and the willingness to care for others did. Orko proudly declares that he now understands Christmas, describing it as a time for peace, happiness, and togetherness, even if presents are still very nice. A narrator gently closes the story, reminding the audience that while not everyone celebrates Christmas, its spirit lives within acts of kindness, generosity, and love. Somewhere far away, Skeletor broods, grumbling about feelings he does not like and hoping the season will end quickly, yet unable to deny that something inside him has changed. The final image lingers on glowing lights against the night sky, symbolizing hope that extends beyond one holiday or one victory. The adventure concludes not simply as a tale of heroes and villains, but as a reminder that goodness can appear in unexpected places, and that even a single season of caring can leave a lasting mark on hearts, worlds, and destinies long after the celebration ends.